Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection X Street Fighter Morphed Ken Soaring Falcon Ranger. Is it just the Red Ranger with Green Ranger's armor and then no sleeves? It seems kind of like that. This one might be the least inspired of them all. It's still cool enough looking. It's fine, like the helmet's awesome if you don't just immediately see Red Ranger with some extra bits added to it. But it's pretty cool. So we're doing a question of the day right away. Which one do you prefer? Ryu in my right hand or Ken on the display stand? Now, I thought the bare arms would be a good choice, and they kind of are, but they made Ken pink, so it's hard to say. But Ryu does have the sleeves. I don't know. I'm torn as far as that goes, but overall, I think Ryu's looks way more like him. Like, you might think that that's Ryu, especially with the gloves and the headband. This, to me, you would never know that that's supposed to be Ken Masters. Ever. Maybe because he has bare arms and a red outfit, you might make that leap eventually, maybe. But to me, it just doesn't at all resemble Ken. So that's a little bothersome, and it's also why I think they should have come with unhelmeted heads. But there's lots to talk about, so let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about, let's say, 16.25 centimeters. That's going to make him roughly just about 6 3/8. Here he is up against Darwin. They are about the same height, so well, I guess they're probably close enough in scale with the helmet and everything, and Ken should be a little bit shorter than Darwin, I imagine. And then, just in case you didn't get it already, here he is up against Ryu. They are essentially the same figure. Most of their body is the same, with slight differences. So, there you go. Alright, let's talk about the aesthetic on this guy. I like the idea of the bare arms. I don't like that they made him very pink. He is gingery. He's very gingery, and he's not supposed to be, so that's a problem. The reds don't really match well. We have different colors here, and then the knees are different also. That's a problem. The gold line work is nice. Less of it on this guy than on Ryu, but it's okay. The boots are painted well, the gold and the red. That looks alright. I don't understand where the black and white gloves came from. That's a really weird look. Nobody else has two-tone gloves, so that's strange. There's not a lot of consistency in the design philosophy for these characters. They all have silver buckles, although Ken's is very silver, like there's a lot of silver. Morphers, I guess I should call them. So there's that. Then Ryu's only has the very front part painted. So that's weird. Then Chun-Li's is bronze. And then is Cammy's gold or silver? Let's see. Cammy's is gold. Yeah, there's really very little consistency throughout. So it's overall a very strange thing. Paint job on this guy is okay, though not as clean as Ryu's. It's nice. Definitely nice enough. To me, that just looks like the Red Ranger. Slightly modified Red Ranger helmet. So, I'm not in love with that. This doesn't look like any of the existing Rangers. So that's nice and original. This does. So that bugs me a little bit. He also has very little neck. I don't know if that's just because of the way they set the head or what, but it looks less good. Just like I said for Cammy and Chun-Li, the second wave, which would be Ken, does not look as good as the first wave in design, in execution, in anything. The design is not all the way on Hasbro, though execution of the design is, like the pink arms and whatnot. So that's a problem. So it's less good looking significantly than Ryu. It's still solid, though, for the $35 price point. I think that's what they are. And so I'll give it an 8. It's good enough aesthetically, but it definitely needs to be better. Especially the pink arms. That's weird. Now, as far as accessories go, they did do a good job. You get the 2 open hands that come out in the package, then you get 2 fist hands. Pretty standard. You get his, what is he, a Hawk? Falcon? I forgot what it said. He's a Falcon. So you get his Falcon, though the wing is all warped from the packaging, which is incredible considering they're not even in a blister. But you do get his Falcon, that does have a peg hole. Then you get his punch accessory, which is very cool. I like that. Then you get his kick accessory, which is very cool. I like that. And you get the little display stand for the Falcon. And that's a nice batch of accessories, so I'll go 9 out of 10. I like those. Now, as far as the articulation goes, it's basically the same as Ryu with one huge problem. The head is still on a ball peg, so is the neck. You get not that much range out of any of that because of the armor, but you get your rotation and slight up and down, so that's okay. Butterfly joint is somewhat usable, though it's very floppy. Shoulder joint, just about horizontal, I'll take that. You're going to get your full rotation, but the armor doesn't flex much, so that's going to get in the way. Bicep swivel is fine, double jointed elbow is fine, wrists have a swivel and a hinge, that's all fine. Diaphragm joint on this guy works pretty well, but it's pretty floppy. Doesn't go very far forward, goes pretty far back, side to side is good. Ab crunch on this guy should be fine, but mine doesn't work. And if you look, it's like they glued it or something. I don't know what's going on, but there's these glue spots back here, and then there's extra, like, looks like glue back there too, and the joint just doesn't want to really function properly. I have to really force it, and then it just kind of clicks and it feels really gummy inside, so I don't know what's going on. But if yours works, the range is not bad. But that is definitely busted or something. There's something wrong in there. It's not right. Because Ryu's worked okay. There is no waist twist, which is a problem, other than up here. The hips, we have those hinged hips that everybody loves. And by everybody, I mean very few people who don't know what they're talking about, because it's a horrible design and this is what happens. You end up with this floppy ass joint that makes it not usable. And all for very little range. If the leg stays up, you can still kick to that high. And I'm holding it in place because of the flop. If you use the drop down, you can kick to that high. It's almost no different. There's virtually no benefit to it. Going out to the side isn't helped. They would do that either way. So you do get the full on splits, that's okay. Oh god. What the hell, Hasbro? Like, save the budget. Don't make your figures worse. It's a win-win. Man, okay, thigh swivel is a thigh swivel. Double jointed knee, even though the reds don't match at all, is okay. Proportions are still jacked. Like, lower legs are too long. Boot swivel is fine. Ankles go all the way back and all the way forward, and you get an ankle rocker, so that's fine. So his articulation is messed up. I don't know if everyone is going to have issues with the torso or the leg, but I definitely am, and I didn't have them with Ryu, so that's a problem. The next more limited, that's a problem. I'm going to give this guy's articulation a 7 out of 10. It doesn't work as well as it should. It might just be mine being defective, but it still is what it is. So again, I'll say this second wave does not seem like they put anywhere near the effort into it as they did with the first wave, and that's kind of what happened with the Lightning collection. They started out really strong and then turned to utter crap very quickly, and now they're kind of making a rebound, hopefully, with those deluxe releases. So I'll be reviewing those, we'll see, but to me, this is a very disappointing release because it had so much potential. It still blows most Marvel Legends out of the water, but it's not as good at all as the first series of Ryu and Chun-Li. So, I'm going to give this guy an overall rating of a generous 7 out of 10. Too many problems, especially QC-wise. If you don't have the QC problems, it's good enough. It's fine, but he's pink, not painted well, inconsistent reds. Too many problems. So that's my verdict. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.